Let's talk to every HR student asking the big question: where does HR go next? And how do skills and AI shape its future? Hello, everyone. Let's talk about the future of HR, and not in a boring, complicated way. Let's talk about it in a real way, especially for students, young professionals, and anyone trying to understand where the world of work is heading. Because whether you plan to work in HR, business, technology, education, management, or even start your own company one day, this conversation matters to you. The workplace is changing fast. AI is changing it. Technology is changing it. The way people learn, work, communicate, and get hired is changing. And one of the biggest questions students should be asking right now is this: what skills will still matter in a world full of AI? The answer is powerful. Yes, AI matters. Yes, digital skills matter. Yes, technology is becoming part of almost every job. But even with all of that, one thing is becoming even more important, not less: being human. That may sound simple, but it is actually the big opportunity. The future workplace is not just going to be made up of people sitting at desks doing repetitive tasks. More and more routine work is being automated. Some companies are already using robots in warehouses. Some are using AI to screen CVs. Some are using algorithms to make decisions. Some are redesigning jobs completely. So the question is no longer, will AI affect work? It already is. The real question is, how do you stay valuable in a world where machines can do more and more? And that is where this gets exciting. Because the future is not just about job titles. It is not just about degrees. It is not even only about experience. It is going to be more and more about skills. Your ability to think, your ability to solve problems, your ability to communicate, your ability to adapt. Your ability to work with people, your ability to learn new tools, your ability to keep growing. That is where HR goes next. HR is moving away from only thinking about roles and departments and moving toward thinking about people in terms of skills, potential, flexibility, and growth. In the past, someone might ask, what job title do you have? In the future, the better question may be, what can you do well? What can you learn quickly? What value can you bring? That shift is huge, because it means students like ye have more opportunity than ever before. You may not have 10 years of experience. You may not have the perfect title. But if you can build strong, relevant skills and show that you can learn, adapt, and contribute, you become valuable. Now let's talk about AI. A lot of people are afraid of AI. And to be honest, I understand why. When people hear about automation, robots, data, and algorithms, they start wondering, will there still be jobs for me? Will technology replace people? Will humans still matter? These are real questions. Now let's talk about AI. A lot of people are afraid of AI. And to be honest, I understand why. When people hear about automation, robots, data, and algorithms, they start wondering, will there still be jobs for me? Will technology replace people? Will humans still matter? These are real questions. But here's the truth. AI will change work, but it does not remove the need for human value. In fact, it increases the value of deeply human skills. Think about what AI still struggles with in a real human environment. Can it show true empathy? Can it build trust like a great leader? Can it inspire a team with heart and vision? Can it understand the emotion behind silence in a difficult conversation? Can it create belonging? Can it mentor a person through uncertainty? Can it truly care? That is where humans still lead. And that is why the future of work must not only be technology-driven, it must be human-centered. Students need to understand this early. The goal is not to compete against AI by pretending it does not exist. The goal is to learn how to work with it, while becoming excellent at the things that make you uniquely human. That means learning how to use AI as a tool, but not losing your voice, your judgment, your creativity, or your emotional intelligence. It also means understanding that employers are going to be looking for more than qualifications alone. They will be looking for people who can learn fast, work across teams, communicate clearly, use technology wisely, and still bring empathy, ethics, and original thinking into the workplace. That matters in HR more than ever. Because HR is not just about hiring people anymore. HR is helping shape the future workforce. HR is thinking about skills. HR is thinking about leadership. HR is thinking about culture. HR is thinking about employee experience. HR is thinking about how humans and technology can work together without losing trust, purpose, and dignity. That is a big responsibility, and for students, it opens a big door. If you are interested in people, leadership, strategy, psychology, workplace culture, business growth, or technology, and how it affects human beings, then HR is becoming one of the most important spaces to watch. But let me say something important here. The future does not only need HR professionals who understand policies. It needs HR professionals who understand people, business, technology, and change. It needs leaders who know how to guide others through complexity. It needs professionals who do not panic when the world changes, but who know how to learn, adapt, and lead with wisdom. And honestly, that is not just for HR. That is a life skill. Because many students will enter workplaces where nobody fully knows all the answers yet. You may join a company where technology is being introduced quickly. You may be asked to lead before you feel ready. You may step into a workplace that is still figuring itself out. So what do you need? You need skill. You need self-awareness. You need curiosity. You need courage. You need the ability to listen. And you need to understand the business environment around you. One of the biggest mistakes students can make is thinking career success is only about getting a certificate and waiting for instructions. The world is moving too fast for that. You have to become someone who can grow continuously. Someone who understands how industries are changing. Someone who pays attention to where the world is going. Someone who is not only asking, what job can I get, but also, what problems can I solve? What skills can I build? How can I stay useful? How can I stay human in a digital world? That last part is powerful. Because as AI becomes more common, people will still be drawn to environments where they feel seen, heard, respected, and developed. They will still want managers who are fair, teams that communicate well, organizations that offer growth, workplaces that understand that people are not machines. That is why the power of being human is not disappearing. It is becoming a competitive advantage. So where does HR go next? HR goes toward skills. HR goes toward AI readiness. HR goes toward better leadership. HR goes toward human-centered design. HR goes toward workforce planning that blends technology and people. HR goes toward helping organizations stay productive without losing humanity. And where do you go next? You go toward building the skills that matter. You go toward learning how AI works. You go toward developing communication, empathy, problem solving, and adaptability. You go toward understanding yourself, your strengths, your gaps, your voice, and your value. Because in the future of work, people who know themselves, keep learning, and know how to work with both humans and technology will stand. So here's the message I want to leave with you. Do not just chase job titles. Build skills. Do not fear AI. Learn it. Do not underestimate your humanity. Strengthen it. The future of work belongs to people who can combine technology with wisdom, skill with character, and ambition with empathy. That is where HR goes next, and that is where you can go too. Complete your AI readiness assessment and get expert feedback, a clear support plan, and the pathway to build your AI skills and certification.